So, a friend of mine has cursed me, and now I'm really into Project Sekai. And every time I think, oh, I won't fall down this rabbit hole, I fall down the rabbit hole. I am walking down the stairs with shoes made of soap. Context! Let's get it. Vocaloid is the name of a voice synthesizing program that allows users to make their own music. In 2007, they would attach a mascot to this program and accidentally change the internet landscape forever. Hatsune Miku is an icon practically everyone knows, or at least has seen before. Over the years, she has starred in countless songs created by countless people. If you're really into anime culture, you've probably heard some. Triple Baka, Lost Ones Weeping, Rolling Girl, Drop Pop Candy, you name it. All of these songs were made by different people using the same basic system. Project Sekai is a visual novel rhythm game that follows 5 groups of 4 teenagers. Each of them have unique relationships that intersect in different ways. What narratively connects these groups together are the Sekai, little pocket dimensions that are created through strong emotion, and when someone discovers their true feelings, a song will be born from that Sekai. Within these worlds is Miku and the other Vocaloids, waiting for those who created that Sekai to discover their true, honest feelings. Because the Vocaloids are a thing in this world. The first time any of the characters enter the Sekai, their first response is something along the lines of, "Holy shit, it's Hatsune Miku!" What I find most interesting are the different versions of the Vocaloids within each Sekai, because these aren't the same character. In fact, the personalities between the Sekai can be straight up jarring. The first group I really got into was Wonderland's Showtime, and there was this dude, Kaito, who acts as a stage manager within the Wonderland Sekai. He's polite and pretty chill, you know. But later on, going through the wiki, I wanted to see what Kaito looked like in Night Court at 25, and oh my god, he's so angry, I feel like I did something wrong. Not to mention, some of these Miku designs are barely recognizable as Miku. If you told me that this was supposed to be Hatsune Miku, I wouldn't have believed you, but it still works. Because Miku isn't always the character featured in the music videos for the songs that are made with her. Sometimes it's an original story, but it's still the Vocaloids' voices. All of the variations is because there is no direct storyline for these characters, no concrete personalities. The original concept for the character of Hatsune Miku was that she was an artificial intelligence idol who would slowly become more alive and human as more people gave her their songs to sing. She could feel the entire spectrum of human emotion through these songs. Deep, passionate love, regret and self-doubt, determination to try again, depression and anger, or maybe even just extreme enthusiasm for vegetable juice. Even characters like Rin and Len are directly acknowledged in the story to have different relationships depending on the song. Sometimes they're lovers, sometimes they're twins, but they're always together. And that's what I really think makes Project Sekai brilliant in a meta sense. The word meta gets thrown around a lot, so here's a very brief definition. Simply put, to be meta is to be self-referential. A story being meta is one that points out the typical tropes and conventions of either its genre or its medium. I firmly believe Project Sekai couldn't exist in the way that it does if it wasn't for the almost 2 decades of people using these characters to express their true feelings. At the very least, it wouldn't feel as genuine. I feel all of this connects to the human characters as well. The writing for each group is amazing, each having their own distinct style and themes. And I think that goes along with what I was saying about Miku before. The songs people create with the Vocaloids range from silly to serious to upbeat and happy to deranged and a little terrifying. And each group of the game captures one of those feelings perfectly. Leonid is the classic friend group who form a band after emotional hardships. More Jump is the idol group of the game, and it absolutely sells the kind of hardships it takes to be in that profession, while also showing off why people want to do it in the first place. Vivid Bad Squad takes on a more underground street performance type of thing, and a lot of their songs lean into the hip-hop and rap genres. Wonderland's Showtime, instead of performing songs, is a theater troupe at an amusement park. And Night Court at 25, instead of being an in-person music group, is a group of online friends who make music together. And I'm fairly certain they even use the Vocaloid program for their songs, because none of them are listed as the singer. And just, oh my lord, I cannot overstate how well done these characters are. Everything is so grounded in reality. I mean, of course, there are some anime hijinks, such as Rui creating a whole robot of his friend in order for her to communicate with people because she's too shy, the whole shonen-esque vibes of Vivid Bad Squad and their mission to surpass the greatness of a concert put on years ago, and other such wackiness. But alongside all of that, we have a very earnest depiction of chronic illness, how it affects both the person suffering as well as those around them. A girl who pushes herself to meet her parents' impossible expectations, despite the fact that it's slowly killing her. The alienation of being the weird kid, only to finally find a group of people who accept you for who you are. How anxiety-inducing it is when your friend is struggling, but you can't do anything because you aren't even physically there. Even gender dysphoria is explored in a pretty unsubtle fashion. And by unsubtle, I mean that you have to be super dense in order to not pick up on the clear signaling here. Behind the flashy songs and wild concepts presented are honest, genuine stories that touch upon the real emotions people have put into the songs they create, the songs that they gave to the Vocaloids. What's more, this game manages to capture the fundamental experience of creating art. From music production, taking on the role of a character, stage direction, dancing, illustration, we see how all these different characters cope with common struggles of artists and how they're all so different. It just impresses me. Every aspect of this silly little phone game and how deeply it connects to the real passion people have placed into the Vocaloids. The countless songs, scenarios, and stories that have been created and expressed through these robotic voices. The game can be a bit intimidating and confusing at first, but I recommend you stick with it, because there is a heart here that cannot be overlooked. While we're here, I'm just gonna blab about my faves. I'm not really too interested in Leonid, but I adore Saki. She is great, and her brother is hilarious. Wonderland Showtime was the first group I was actually invested in, and everything about them is perfect. We got the most developed and fleshed out character in the whole game, the sweetest little sweetheart, the deadpan shy girl who wants to try, the cutest Miku design, and a Tumblr sexy man. I was gripped from the moment I saw them and just, oh wow, I love them. I listen to a lot of their songs. Second favorite group has got to be Night Court, which is surprising to me because it's not really my vibe, you know? But I very quickly fell in love with these girls and their struggles. Their basic origin story is touching, but watching clips of Mafayu's events and how they progress was just... Oh man, that struck me to my core. Not to mention the internet friend aspects. Those kind of stories always get me. Though these girls can actually visit each other because they live in the same city and the same country and have good public transportation, and I am not upset. Stop talking. I also accidentally relate to these two a whole lot, but that's what I see a therapist for. Akito is so funny because he's just so goddamn mean, and for what? Kohane is also sweet and I love her. Also, Toya is out here like the fifth goddamn Todoroki sibling. Like, I mean, the hair, the name, the issues with his father. Rui, what the hell is this outfit? Young man, you need to explain yourself. Your first look was an acceptable level of chaotic, but this is, oh my god. What are you doing? I still need to see more Jump's story, but from what I have seen of it, it's really good. Also, the Road to Bloom video gave me a good summary, and I like them. I like this game a lot. It's really good. Ah!